Lux Anguis here. So, today's topic will be about emotional transmutation, emotional change, and negativity. I know, pretty rough, but stay with me. What I mean by that? Simple. Maybe if you are familiar with different kinds of methods to manifest your ideal inner as of outer reality, and if you have taken this path very seriously, you practiced it diligently, you practice it with much passion, with much discipline, motivation, and then comes to a point where it seems like you have this specific state or specific thing that you have reached, but out of nowhere you feel like a emotional outburst or breakdown or conflict or something adversarially to that, and what that simply means is, by my own experience, is that you shouldn't fight against it, you shouldn't fight against it, but you should try your best to understand it, to observe it, to come into conclusion with it, and to absorb it. Because a battery is here to produce energy, but a battery can only function if there's a plus and there's a minus pole, So if you have a manifestation of energy, of light, of creation, there must be a polar opposite to that, to your internal and external expression. So that means in actuality, if you want to have some type of positive self-manifestation, some type of positive result inside or outside of your reality, there will come up a certain negativity that will power this process up. So for example, you wanted to always to be more self-confident, more self-assured, more, a confident king or queen. I don't know who you are, but you know what I mean. And to do that, you must explore yourself, you must know yourself, you must find the natural way for yourself that you find comfortable to be in. But what is when these parts of yourself that are naturally confident, because then you know yourself, because you know what you can do, you know who you are naturally, and you know what you are capable of. But if these capabilities or self-assurance is buried in past experience, where there's literally the literal opposite to that, people is telling you you ain't shit, and you are very sensitive to that, you're very open to that, and you feel like it is true, it is like, yes, it hurted you, it made this false self-image up, and it buried down a natural expression to be confident in yourself. What happens? Okay, you try all the methods to be confident, to be happy, to be naturally in alignment with yourself, with your self-expression. But then when you're trying this long periods of time, then out of nowhere you feel like literally opposite. There comes anxiety up, there comes sadness up, depression, and I don't know what else. This is right, you're doing nothing wrong. The point is, this part of yourself that wants to be filled with self-confidence, with self-assurance, with self-motivation in that aspect, is already filled with a sense of this hurt self, or this unresolved trauma, unresolved healing that you should go through, that this new you, or that this new aspect of you, or this re-established aspect of you can prosper. So this old the old stuff that has infested itself into your emotional body, into your psychic body, into your literally physical body, they must be cleansed away. But this can't happen if this isn't brought up or this isn't manifested in your consciousness. Must observe it, must feel it, because maybe in these situations you didn't allow yourself to be upset or to be sad, to be depressed, or to be, to walk through it, because maybe you didn't know better. But then when you're trying to reestablish this aspect of yourself and this depression, this sadness comes up, it's just a sign that you are cleaning yourself up, you are just processing all the stuff. And it goes away because it loses its emotional field energies that has brought this stuff up. It loses its energy, it loses its manifestation and holding upon you. When you're expressing it, when you're letting go, when you're letting it out, when you're just, by expressing, by crying, by being angry, by being depressed, you're just expressing and just using this energy up that is stored in you. So it loses its attachment to you. And then can slowly creep in or establish in the new, because you made room, because you cleansed yourself, you made the room open for the new. And this is a natural process. You're doing nothing wrong. Actually, you're cleaning yourself up, you're opening yourself up, and you're healing yourself. But you must allow yourself to be alone, to be isolated in a healthy manner, that this can be expressed, or with a significant other, if it is the case, and if you are comfortable with it. But if you are manifesting any of this stuff or trying to establish and work on yourself in any of this stuff, and this comes up, it's a sign that you are doing it correctly. You are just cleansing yourself, you are re-establishing yourself, you're letting this naturally process itself. And it can take time, so you must meditate, you must go into the middle of yourself, and you must also have the self-respect and acceptance that you have these feelings and you have these emotions and you have these stored dormant things that lies in yourself, that wants to be expressed and that wants to lose its energy, so the new thing can come in and reestablishes a better you or more authentic you. And that is what I wanted to say. Or in that, Naga bless, and we shall see and hear us again.